Previously on Oddpod.
Everyone's gone.
Don't worry, Dan. Brad is going to find Richard Acid and save Oddpod.
What if he doesn't find him? Oddpod's all I've got.
Oh, Dan.
I don't have anything else. Oddpod's everything to me.
That's fine. Just don't think about it.
Who are you?
It's me, your old pal, Rainbow Johnson. Dan? Are we gonna do a video? Or get the Oddpod team back together? One of those would be nice.
Choices, Ziggy.
We could do the Pogs video you planned.
Pogs. I remember Pogs.
Let's review Pogs then.
What do you think, Rainbow Johnson?
I think this Ziggy fella's trying to take over the channel.
I think you're right, Rainbow Johnson.
Dan? Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Rainbow Johnson, Ziggy. Just because I let my beard grow a bit big doesn't mean I'm crazy or something.
Well, no, but nobody's here but us. He's trying to make you think you've lost your mind. He's not a very good friend, and he hates your beautiful beard.
Now listen here, Ziggy. You better start behaving more nicely to me.
Dan? I'm over here. I think he's trying to make you look like a fool. I think you should get rid of him before he causes any more damage.
That's it, Ziggy. You're out.
What?
Myself and Rainbow Johnson have decided that you're not a very good friend. So you should leave.
But I love Oddpod. I'm a good friend and a good personal assistant. I think.
Well, you're not. Leave.
Well, I have nowhere to go. You're my only family. He's trying to manipulate you. He's a horrible little monster. I'd never do anything like that to you.
Get out, Ziggy. You're fired. Go live in the woods or something.
I don't know why I did, but I'm sorry. I'll leave. Goodbye. Great. You have Oddpod all to yourself now.
Yeah. That was a good decision, right?
That's fine. Just don't think about it. Now, let's start that Pogs video. Oh, look, Dan. There are Pogs all around you.
Wow. Yeah.
Aren't you a lucky boy?
Yes. I am a lucky boy.
Why do you tell all the people watching you about Pogs?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Oddpod. This episode's about Pogs. The name Pog comes from a juice brand of the flavours passion fruit, orange and guava. Pog.
I didn't know that. Please tell me more.
I will. Pogs, or milk caps, are said to have originated in the 1920s in Hawaii. Some say in Japan in the 17th century, but we don't really know for sure.
That's fine. Just don't think about it.
Yeah. If you've never seen Pogs before, here they are. These are Pogs. Little cardboard discs that you collect and play with. The game is simple. You and your opponent take turns hitting a pile of face-down Pogs using a thing called a slammer. And if you turn over any Pogs in your turn, then you win those Pogs.
Nice and easy. Fun too.
I loved Pogs. I used to collect loads of them, from the official ones to Slammer Whammers and Madcaps and more.
What about Tazos? They were like Pogs.
We'll get to Tazos in another video, I'm sure.
Great.
It was so much fun collecting Pogs. You can buy them in packets or even find them in packets of crisps, like Watsits, one of my favourites.
Yummy.
I loved all the different designs on the Pogs. Some were really colourful, some were weird, some were just crazy. They were great.
Oh, and the other Pog stuff.
Yeah, the 90s Pog craze was great, and as well as Pogs, we also got cool books like these. And you could also make your own Pogs with the Milk Cap Maker. We did a video on this a while ago, check it out. You can also get the World Pog Federation gamepad. Just a piece of cardboard. Also the Micro Tournament game pack, full of Pogs. And it comes with this really cool mat.
Wow, what a lucky boy you are with all this stuff. You should stay in this room forever.
Okay.
Good.
I told this Pog story in another video, but I thought I should repeat it here. The only bad memory I've ever had of Pogs is when I lost all of them to someone. Played for keeps, and he kept them all. He won every single one of my Pogs. And yeah, I cried, and I told his sister, and she made him give them back. Well, almost all of them.
Do you have any favourite Pogs?
I love them all. A few do stand out, but I don't have those in my collection yet.
Well, show one you do have then.
Okay, so these are some of my favourites that I've got in my collection. First up we have this official Slammer Whammer one. It's really cool. Really love the artwork for this, really colourful. That's one I remember as a kid. We've got this, I think that's a Pog Series 2 one of Pogman himself as a vampire, or Dracula. We've got one of my favourite series is Mad Monster Caps. Absolutely love Mad Monster Caps, they're awesome. Some of them glow in the dark as well, which is really cool. Also got another Slammer Whammer, another one I loved. I think it might be the same artist as the other one. Really nice. And finally, we've got a World Tour one with Pogman again. Very cool. And finally, one of my favourite parts of my collection of Pogs is this Ren and Stimpy. I think you got the thin ones, I think you call them flippers. Something like that, I call it flippers anyway.
Nah, it's fine. Just don't think about it.
But yeah, a Ren and Stimpy one. Absolutely love this, my favourite piece of my Pog collection.
That's very nice. Oh look, a few friends have come to talk about Pogs.
What? Where?
Here!
Hey, Trista Bytes here, and thank you for reminding me about Pogs. So many memories, although to be fair, whether they were called Pogs, Tazos, Milk Caps, or some other generic name of a company trying to make knockoff ones in order to capitalise on the fame of those other ones, I didn't really care. As long as they were small circles of cardboard with pictures of cartoons I liked on them I could stack into an immensely high pile and then do battle against my friends with the slammers, I really wasn't fussed. Although, to be fair, I didn't actually play that many battles. Usually just ones, friendly matches against my own sibling, because I didn't actually want to lose any of my favourite Pogs. I was very much into collecting them. I think this was true of many people as well. Much like the collectible cards for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and things like that, I had to collect them. I wanted complete sets of my favourite characters. Definitely things like the Mask cartoon series, some awesome artwork ones, logos, branded ones that you used to get in Skips and Quavers and Walker's Crisps and stuff like that. They were definitely the things I was trying to collect and make entire, complete sets of, and that was my primary concern. Although I did play the game a reasonable amount as well. I also managed to find randomly at Butlins and at some car boot sales, ones which had somehow snuck over from Japan that I still have somewhere, which had glittery, shiny backgrounds and characters from Saint Seiya and Sailor Moon on, which basically made them just like gold dust to me, and those never left the packaging and were never used, and instead were just reference sources for me to draw copies of the cartoon artwork from. So I have a vast amount of memories of them, from playing them, collecting them, and just looking at them in the packaging and never opening it because they were shiny and therefore precious, as was always the currency with these things back in the day. If it had a hologram on it, or it was shiny, or it was glittery, it was instantly, completely and utterly the most valuable thing you owned in the world. I also used to look longingly at the Milk Caps Maker, the official Pogs World Championship Milk Caps Maker, where you could take pages from magazines and comic books, or presumably just other pages of the Argos catalogue, maybe even the picture of the Milk Cap Maker itself, and turn them into Milk Caps and Pogs. And I never owned that, but I used to look at it very longingly, and still kind of do, to be fair. Maybe Murray can steal the one from me that Odd Pod's got. I have to ask him. Anyway, moving on. Totally not stealing anything from you guys. I really enjoyed Pogs, Tazos, Milk Caps, whatever you want to call them. I was also surprised at the massive amount of history that are behind them and exactly how long the game had existed, long before it became a craze that we picked up as children. So, apart from my memories, I think the most important question is, which Pogs did Murray have? And how many of them were Jackie Chan? And did he sign them for him personally? Anyway, I've got to go now and figure out the best way to break into your house and steal your milk cap maker. But other than that, I'll see you later. Bye!
Oh yeah, you better believe we're all about Pogs here in Detention. It's a great way to pass the time, especially since trading cards are out. Yeah, everybody's all about these little milk caps. In fact, I went to McDonald's recently, got one for Universal Studios King Kong the Ride, Back to the Future the Ride. Even our Dare officer is handing out these amazing little Pogs. Everybody's down with it. In fact, I got so excited that I made my way over to the Meadows trading card shop and entered a Pog playing tournament, right? So I had my Pog Slammer. God, if I really want to intimidate, Fear Me. Ooh, or my Stellar Slammer. Better watch out. That's some hard metal right there. And so I ended up entering the tournament. I didn't know all the rules. I thought we were just there to have a good time. But it turns out these guys are playing for keeps. So while I'm slamming, flipping, flying, some of these guys are a little bit better than me. They take my Pogs, right? They actually won them, got to keep them. I'm not ashamed to say I might have shed a tear or two. I mean, I'm just there to have a good time, man. RD's all about playing for fun, and that's what Pogs should be about. In fact, I think this is a fad that's going to be around for a very long time. Don't you? Check you later.
Growing up in the 90s, I was into a lot of the crazes around at the time, such as stickers, yo-yos, Tamagotchis, and especially Pogs, starring a Pog here. Nice little poster I've got. And I wasn't alone. A lot of my friends were into Pogs as well. I can remember the kids coming into school and playing with them at break times and lunch times. And I can remember one summer holidays especially, me and two of my friends, we all grew up in the same street. And we would nag our parents to take us down to the local shops to buy packets of Pogs. And how exciting was that back then, because you never knew what you were going to get inside. Obviously, most of them featured Pog in different scenarios, sometimes as a superhero, maybe being an athlete, all random scenes. But I especially loved the Slammers as well, because you could get all those shiny skulls, different colour Slammers, sometimes multicolored, really awesome. And of course, later you had Tazos and Pogs based on popular films, cartoons, TV shows. So we pretty much spent the entire summer collecting as many Pogs as we could, and what we would do, we would go to each other's houses and we'd sit outside the front doors, because back then, it was really hot, and we had some shade there, so we'd all be nice and cool playing Pogs. And of course, I'd never liked doing this, but on the odd occasion we would play for keepsies. And let's be honest, nobody wanted to lose their Pogs, so some of those games ended in tears. And you know what? I lost all my Pogs growing up, and they must have been chucked out, but I have collected more back since, because Pogs was a big part of my childhood. I've got a lot of nostalgia for it, just because of those memories with my mates. Yeah? So Pogs for life.
So Pogs. My memory of Pogs is, it was something that kind of passed me by. I remember seeing it and thinking, that's interesting, little circular discs. And there was that hairy Pog creature, wasn't there? But Pogs got confused with me with Tazos, because I remember Tazos because you used to get them in packets of Walker's crisps. And obviously lunchtime was great. And so you could collect these discs, which, I mean, I didn't collect them. I kind of got them out of crisp packets and threw them into a box. But someone's collected all these ones, and that's pretty good, isn't it? But I never knew what Tazos or Pogs were really for. You could throw them. Tazos you could ink to connect. I think Pogs you were supposed to play some sort of game. I have no idea, but they were interesting. And for that reason, they were a thing to me in the past. Pogs.
Well, that was very nice.
Wow, did you sort that out?
Of course. Who else would?
Seems like something Ziggy would have done.
Well, he's not here. So it's definitely me.
That's true. Thanks, Rainbow Johnson.
No problem. Now, do you have anything else to say about Pogs?
Just that I love them, and I still do now. The craze was amazing. I had lots of fun collecting Pogs. It didn't last too long, but it was a great time while it lasted.
Very nice. Who's a lucky boy?
I'm a lucky boy.
This was a very good Pogs video, and definitely not a weird video that was barely a review.
Yeah, I've been making nothing but gold on this channel lately.
You don't need those other guys. You're the star. You can do it on your own, with a little help from your best friend Rainbow Johnson.
Yeah. I do miss those guys, though.
That's fine. Just don't think about it.
Okay.
It's time to say goodbye to everyone now, Dan. Wave to the camera. Say goodbye. See you next time.
Goodbye. See you next time.
Good boy. Now, let's go make some jam sandwiches.
Yay!